Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40,000, and today we're going to take a look at the Combat Patrol Space Wolves box set and how we can use it to start a brand new Space Wolves force for Warhammer 40k. In this video, we're going to go through all the contents of the Combat Patrol box set for the Space Wolves and talk about what all the units do and how we can use them in the game. And then we'll take a look at some other units we can bring into the force to expand upon it and create our first 1,000 point army list. And finally, at the end of the video, we'll give you a little sample army list that you can use to build and gain some inspiration for your own army list, or indeed copy ours if that's what you wish to do. But let's start talking about what comes inside the Start Collecting, or the Combat Patrol Space Wolves box set. And first of all, we get a Primaris Lieutenant. These are sort of our secondary commanders for the Space Marine. We get some pretty cool rules on the Primaris Lieutenant, where they provide some tactical precision, where core units around them within 6 inch get to reroll wound rolls of 1. Which is pretty cool. A good, nice, solid benefit. They can have a variety of different weapons. We've got the Space Wolf upgrade frames in here, which is going to give us access to some cool bits we can use to build up on these models. We've got a power axe you can see on the Primaris Lieutenant here in this particular picture. They're just a solid line leader, rerolls the wound, nice, pretty solid stuff. Now, alongside them, we are going to get some Intercessors. These are the baseline Primaris troopers. Intercessors can have a variety of different weapons and a pretty decent sort of space marine profile of weapon skill, ballistic skill 3+, strength and toughness 4, 2 wounds apiece, 2 attacks each. Bolt rifles have rapid fire 1, strength 4, -1 AP, damage 1. 30-inch range, and they've got a variety of different other sort of bolt rifle like weapons they can choose from. And then they've also got the Savage Fury rule, which is really cool. Whilst the Assault Doctrine is active, if an unmodified hit roll of a 6 is made for an attack by a melee weapon with this ability, the attack scores 1 additional hit on the target. That's all thanks to being some Space Wolves. We then have the Hounds of Morkai, or the Primaris Reavers, but we're going to talk about Hounds of Morkai here. They're a Space Wolf particular unit of Reavers. They're a elite choice for the army. They've got Savage Fury, much like the rest of our Space Wolves, and they've got other cool abilities like Morkai's Howl, where while an enemy psychic is within 18 into this unit, you subtract 1 from psychic test for that unit, and while that psychic is within 6 inches of this unit, you subtract an additional 1 as well. Hunters Beyond Death allows models in this unit to ignore Lookout Sir if the target is a Psyker. In addition, each time a model in this unit makes an attack against an enemy Psyker, add 1 to that attack's hit roll and 1 to the damage of that attack. They've got Runic Totems as well, where the unit cannot be selected. It can only be selected as a target of an enemy psychic power if it's the closest enemy unit to the model manifesting the power. In addition, each time this unit would lose a wound in the psychic phase, roll a d6 on a 4+, the wound is not lost. So they're dedicated Psyker Hunters. They've got their combat knife and special issue bolt pistols, which are strength 4, -2 AP, damage 1. Pretty solid stuff all round on the Hounds of Morkai. Alongside them, we have another elite choice in the Invicta Tactical Warsuit. This is one of my favorite Space Marine models. I think it's just really cool. Some people like the baby carriages, some people don't, but I dig it. And the Invicta Tactical Warsuit, it's got Savage Fury. It can also have some other cool abilities where it's going to allow itself to get concealed positions, which is really, really fun. But it's got some good firepower as well, with its Fragstorm Grenade Launcher providing Assault D6, Strength 4, no AP, Damage 1 blast. Heavy Bolter Incendium Cannons, which are heavy 2d6, Strength 5, AP, -1, Damage 1, and which automatically hit. Its Invicta Fist is pretty much a power fist at -3 AP, Damage 3, and a Twin Iron Hail Heavy Stubber as well for a heavy 8, Strength 4, -1 AP, Damage 1 gun as well. So all in all, a decent amount of firepower coming out of the model. We also are going to get, as mentioned, a couple of Space Wolf upgrades. These are good for just customizing your model and really making each of these units particularly unique and look truly like Space Wolves. And so where to start looking for some other pieces to bring into our Space Marine Force to get us more stuff on the table. And first of all, I want to take a minute to chat about Primaris Lieutenants. Because, yes, we have one in the starter box, but you can actually include two for the same HQ slot as you go forward. So this is just an interesting way of getting additional buff pieces. They're pretty cheap at 75 points at the moment. To be able to get some extra buffs, you can definitely use an extra Primaris Lieutenant, especially if you're going to maybe split your force into having a shooting base and some more combat-based troops. You can have one go up with your combat-based troops, you can have one sit back with your shooting-based troops. It just allows you an easy way to get more aura buffs across your army. Now, of course, there is the Primaris Captain as well. Now, his buff is a different one. He's going to provide rerolls to hit rather than the rerolls to wound that we get from the Lieutenant, which is really, really nice. They really go hand in hand together. Having a captain and a lieutenant standing next to each other, being able to provide the same buff is really, really cool. And captains generally are that little bit more fighty, that little bit more survival, that, you know, that next step up in the line of Space Marines, so that little bit better. However, something else to talk about is the Redemptor Dreadnought. The Redemptor Dreadnought actually has a cool one of the abilities that you can use, a stratagem that allows it to count as either a lieutenant or captain for the purposes of gaining their aura. So he can go really nicely hand in hand with your troops as well. He can count as the captain or the lieutenant, whichever one you don't have, for a single CP every turn. On top of that, the Redemptors are probably one of the best things Space Marines have going for them. Really, really tough. Some great firepower coming out of them. Fragstorm grenade launchers being Assault D6 Strength 4, Damage 1 Blast, Heavy Flamers, or some different sort of weapons under slung as well for the onslaughts. You've also got the Heavy Onslaught Gatling Cannon or the Plasma Incinerator on it. The Onslaught Gatling Cannon being Heavy 12, Strength 6, AP -1, Damage 1 is really cool. And the Redemptor Fist as well, being a ×2 Strength -3 AP, Damage D3 +3 weapon, meaning with that will be a Strength 14 weapon. Some really, really powerful stuff. On top of that, Strength and Toughness 7, 3 plus Weapon Skill and Ballistic Skill. A save of 3 up as well. The Redemptors are just good all around. There's not much bad about a Redemptor, and each time an attack is also allocated to this model, you subtract one from the damage of that attack as well, thanks to their Duty Eternal rule. So, really, really solid model all around. Good defensively, good offensively, good even at buffing as well. A solid piece for your Space Marine Force. The last unit to talk about with Space Wolves is, of course, Assault Intercessors. Space Wolves are more, assault orientated with their rules, especially thanks to Savage Fury. And so some Assault Intercessors is definitely a way to go, giving you another troops choice option, and also just giving you a little bit more combat punch in your force. So Astartes Chainswords are really nice. Stock standard, they're AP -1, damage 1 at the strength of the user, and when the bearer fights, it makes an additional attack with this weapon. Frag grenades and crack grenades as per standard, and they've got heavy bolt pistols for a strength 4, -1 AP, damage 1, pistol at 18-inch range. All in all, a pretty solid unit all round, to be fair. They're really, really good. They can do a ton of good stuff. Savage Fury works particularly well on them. Some nice units. You could obviously, as well, Assault Intercessors, have a look at some more elite combat units. Things like Blade Guard Veterans and stuff like that are all really good choices as well. But here we have a little sample armor list for you, and we've got 1,000 points, 51 power level if that's something you like, obviously playing in Space Wolves, and we've gone for a battalion detachment here, not costing us any CP because our Warlord is in it, meaning we have to take 2 HQ and 3 troops, mainly because we want to try and fit in 3 elites into this based on what comes in the box and wanting to try and include that Redemptor Dreadnought. Now we've got 2 Primaris Lieutenants as our HQ options. One of them is going to be our Warlord. This is going to be the more combat orientated one with his mastercrafted power axe and special issue bolt carbine. He's then also going to have some abilities. He's going to have the Black Death, which is a special power axe he can have, which is going to be +2 strength, -2 AP, damage 1, and each time the bearer fights, it makes D6 additional attacks with the weapon. And then he's also going to have Warrior Born, where he gets to fight first in combat at all times, thanks to his Warlord trait. We then got a different Primaris Lieutenant who's got a Mastercrafted Stalker Barrel Rifle, going to sit in the backfield along with our Intercessors. For troops, we've got a squad of 9 Assault Intercessors, all stock standard, along with an Intercessor Sergeant, and then 2 squads of 5 regular Intercessors as well. You can sort of see where we're going here. The one with the Muscrat Powered Axe going to plow up the field with our Assault Intercessors. Meanwhile, our Shooting Intercessor squads are going to sit back with the other Primaris Lieutenant. We've got our Hounds of Mordecai in the army for some nice sort of Psyker Hunters, as well as some infiltrating, along with the Invicta Tactical Warsuit. And then we've got our Redemptor Dreadnought, just stock standard here, which is going to just be able to either support as a firebase or able to move up as well alongside and support the Assault Intercessor squads. This is a pretty nice, well-rounded Space Marine force. You've got some good firepower. You may be lacking a little bit of tank killing power in this, but you do have things like your Invicta Tactical Warsuit, which definitely could change its weapon from the Incendium Cannon to choose to go with the Auto Cannons. The Redemptor Dreadnought with its Onslaught Gatling Cannon can do a decent amount against some armor as well. With that said, if you've been playing Space Wolves in 9th edition, let us know how you've been going and what you've been doing down in the comments below. Well, that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below and let us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the video's description to our Discord server. And lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either via Patreon or YouTube members, and both of those are linked again down in the video's description. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, I'd like to give a shout out to them all. So a special thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Dynet226, and Derek. And a special shout out to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Locklorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Shelf, Ariana Edwards, and Sean Scott. Lastly, a special thanks first of all to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for our channel, and to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing Discord server background work for us. Thank you all for watching. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.